So yeah, this morning's session it's not a technical session. It's a quick overview about how business can start to really leverage first-party data for greater campaign success. My name's Nick Smithwick and I'm the Business Partnership Consultant at Sparcmedia, and I'm based here in Melbourne. So a little bit about Sparcmedia. We partner with our clients, immersing ourselves in their businesses to understand their goals and challenges. And this helps us provide them with effective solutions that drive positive results via insight-fueled advertising. So we're an insights-driven company. As I said, we do have a real partner focus. Sparcmedia are a part of the Pure Profile group, and we've been leaders in the programmatic media buying since 2009. It sort of positions us as one of the grandfathers of programmatic here in Australia. So a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it. Just remind everyone that this webinar is being recorded. Please make sure that you do mute your microphone. And for any questions, please use the questions section in the webinar toolbar. If we can't get to the questions during the session, we'll make sure we follow up with you after it all finishes up. And to contact us after the webinar, you can visit bit.ly/Spark webinar. So a quick overview of what today's session or today's webinar is going to cover. As I said, it's not a technical presentation. I'm going to provide a simplistic overview of what programmatic is, explore the role of the data management platforms, cover data and how to leverage first-party data for greater campaign success, touch on when the right time for all of this to be incorporated into your agency or business is, and of course we'll finish off with some final thoughts. So, what is programmatic anyhow? You could ask 10 different advertising gurus and get 15 different answers. My simple response is programmatic is the use of technology to bring media and data together at scale. It's not about acronyms like RTB, DSP, SSP, DMP, GDN, ROI. I really am just going to keep this simple. So recapping, programmatic, if you look at it, it's automated media buying. It's using data and algorithms all the time to place media to the most relevant audiences at the right time on the right device, and it really is the new traditional. We are reading about programmatic and data everywhere. I no doubt everyone's consuming our trade press, our ad news, our B&T, campaign brief, etc. Here are some of the headlines that you may have come across in recent months. We read about Gumtree driving hard into programmatic with the launch of Gumtree Media back in July. In August, Nine launched 2 new data products, Audience Sync and Audience Match. Programmatic advertising, the weapon to fight Google, Facebook. Mamma Mia's new data play. Fairfax Media launches combined audience data and programmatic offering. TubeMogul to be programmatic engine for car sales. The Guardian launches real-time programmatic proposition called Pulse. Even Commercial Radio Australia are set to announce their tender winners for their first stage of the programmatic push. We all read about LinkedIn. It's now being purchased by Microsoft, and now they're launching programmatic advertising for display ads. And Sparcmedia, that's us, has launched our Spark Data and Spark Insights in recent months. So what does all this mean? Many brands and publishers are doing it, but what does the programmatic ecosystem look like? In very basic terms, it looks like this. You have an advertiser who wants to place their ad on a publisher's site. For that to happen programmatically, we need to involve a trading desk, the demand-side platform, or the DSP, the real-time bidding, supply-side platform, SSP, various ad networks, and of course publishers. And this is a great foundation to be able to execute some really terrific campaigns. But in order to really leverage client first-party data for greater campaign success, though, we need to incorporate this thing here, a data management platform. A data management platform is where the magic happens. Data really is king. A data management platform, or DMP, is a centralized platform that aggregates first and third-party audience data from your cross-channel marketing efforts. As I said, it's about being simple today though. So condense these thoughts. A DMP does one or a combination of three things essentially. It will collect data, store data, and manage the output of that data. A DMP will also give you the ability to profile, learn more about the customers, connect that data to the programmatic ecosystem to target niches within your audience. But as I said, just going to keep it really simple this morning. If dogs are man's best friend, I see first-party data as a brand's best friend. About 2-3 weeks ago now, this interview with Rob Bradley caught my attention. Rob Bradley is the head of digital advertising, sales and data at CNN, and this was published in Ad News. It was the things that really caught my attention though about the interview were his answers to his first two questions that he was asked. So what do you see as the top emerging technologies surrounding digital marketing? Rob's answer, I'll read this word for word. I'm most interested in the reporting tools at the moment. At CNN International, we are moving away from just providing the standard spreadsheets with click-through rates and impression volumes towards providing insights on the audience that has interacted with a client's campaign and the engagement metrics. This information allows our clients to make informed marketing decisions on future campaigns. And I think that's really important. Second question, how is CNN putting this to use? I think this level of reporting is relevant for all campaigns, but particularly branded or sponsored content. At CNN, we have an in-house creative agency, and it's rare we run a campaign without some sort of content involved, normally with video being the lead format. We use various methods to ensure the right people visit the content, such as data-driven targeting, social outreach, content outreach, channel targeting, and so on. We now capture the users that visit this content and provide detailed reports utilizing the latest DMP and reporting tech. If you'd like to see the full interview, just visit Ad News and search Rob Bradley. So first-party data is emerging as the new currency of data-driven marketing success, one that will power deeper consumer engagement. First-party data provides the deepest customer insights and is critical to building insightful cross-channel identities. Indeed, the personalised experience that today's consumers increasingly expect from their interactions with a brand rely on this first-party data. First-party data is your data. This data is collected from your own audience and customers, and it is generally thought of as the most valuable because of its quality. Not only is it the most valuable, but it is available to you for no cost. First-party data will always be your own. First-party data really is king. Any company not collecting and activating first-party data from their properties is basically leaving money on the table. Taking control of this first-party data should be a priority for any company today who wants to monetize, learn from, and use this asset to scale valuable audiences and deepen engagement with consumers and improve the return on investment across all marketing efforts. The advantages of using first-party data are significant and well documented. These advantages include, it's accurate. It's either information the customer is telling the brand directly or information a brand has observed from their behaviours. It's unique. It's proprietary information. It is highly valuable and should be treated as such. It has the potential to be immediately available. Once the hard work has been put in to set up systems to collect the data using the right technology, then it is immediately available and able to provide value. and it's current. Data decays over time. A brand knows exactly how old its own data is and where it came from, which ensures messaging isn't wasted by using old data. You already have more first-party data than you think. Cookies you don't even know you have. People that visit your website but don't leave their details, for example. But while first-party data is gathered from a brand's website, point of sale, CRM, systems, cookies, etc., it isn't enough to just collate and analyze it after the fact. Today's customers are always on and always addressable, so it is imperative that marketers gain a real-time 360-degree view of the customer that shows where they've been, what they want, and where they're going next. This becomes even more important when you factor in the additional number of channels that the Internet of Things will usher into the marketing arena. At this point, a tactical data strategy starts to look less like a way to optimize performance and more like a must-have to simply survive. Some may start to think that there's just too much data. We believe there's not enough insight. So how do you start to use it for success? Client first-party data will help you identify your most valuable customers. For this next example, we'll pretend to be, a travel business. So how will first-party data be valuable and contribute to greater campaign success for someone in the travel category? First and foremost, you can start to track your existing and future customer data by placing tags on your websites, landing pages, ad creatives, etc., based on different product categories. All of this will be pushed into data management platform, and you start to overlay that first-party and third-party data to profile this audience, learning their key interests, behaviours, and shared attributes. And you'll start to understand exactly who your most valuable customer segments are. Yes, that's a picture of me. So you've identified your most valuable customers, but let's have a look at who they really are. First of all, there's Nick. Married, 2 children in the house under 5, lives in the inner suburbs, rents, likes to go on the annual family holiday, but also really values multiple short breaks. Has a travel budget, a modest travel budget of $5,000 a year. Might look at Mary. Mary's single, she had no children, lives Bayside, also rents. Mary has multiple international trips though for both business purposes and personal. And her budget is twice as big as Nick's. And then there's Gail. Gail is retired, life's all about the grandchildren, lives in the outer suburbs, is a real part of her community, owns her home, has European dreams, will spend big when she goes on holiday, but travels a lot less frequently. Now that you've identified who your audience are, you can start to understand who is the most valuable one and where you want to be investing your advertising dollars. You might come to the conclusion that, yes, Gail is a high value customer, but she spends less frequently than Nick and Marika. So now, understanding who your most valuable customer segments are, we'll start to serve creative which is tailored to their interests. Nick, he's all about the family holidays, kids stay free, kids club, cheap flights for children, family-friendly holiday destinations. Whereas Marika, she's all about the exotic destinations. She wants to see business deals to retreats in Bali. She's off to India for cleansing. She wants to know what's, she's the exotic traveller, has a much bigger budget, and wants to see a very different message to Nick. The outcome we want is still the same for both audiences. By tailoring this creative message based on interests and intentions, it's going to increase the likelihood that they'll visit the site. but not only visit, they'll really engage. So you've identified your most valuable customers. You've served creative that's relevant to each of them, and you've made them take action. So that's basically targeted and retargeted advertising, and we all know about that. I guess the best bit about the data management platform, or a DMP, is that you can find thousands of your most valuable customers. And you can start to find these customers before they're searching. You can start to target them before they've visited your site. Recent message from Rocket Fuel. Now is the time to do it. Based on a recent Rocket Fuel study, 30% of surveyed marketers and agency professionals already have one. Another 40% are considering DMP implementation. Seeing results immediately, start increasing share of wallet, improving the frequency and relevancy of messaging, and using first-party data to inform your ad spend. That's big. I'll just finish up with some final thoughts. Clients are really sitting on a mountain of untapped data. Start having your conversations around how you can be using this and incorporate that into existing plans. You can really harness that data via DMP, data management platforms. Data management platform is really going to help you better understand who your customers really are and contribute to ongoing campaign success. It's really going to drive those campaign results. And most importantly for our clients, it's going to make more money. So thank you for joining us this morning. If you'd like more information, please visit bit.ly/Spark webinar. And I'll try to answer any questions that are coming through now. I've got a question here. How do you ensure my first-party data isn't used by the DMP for other advertisers? Great question. Your first-party data is really most valuable to you. It's all about how people are interacting in your website and with your business, and I'd argue that that's not as relevant to other businesses. But working closely with your partner, you can ensure that you can set up that it is. It's a touchy subject. Have to make sure that first-party data is only going to be most relevant to you as a business, and there are agreements can be put in place to ensure that's imperative, that it is only going to be used for your ongoing campaign success. I've got a question here about what is the pricing model for a DMP. It will vary. There are a number of suppliers. There's Adobe, a lot of me, but it will come down to a business case. It is not a small investment, but it will vary across the board. We've found from our experience that by partnering with businesses and offering the ability to use a DMP relationship that we have, it is a very affordable way to start realising the benefits of a data management platform. Another question here. Great for advertisers and their agencies. How can a publisher leverage this, please? Again, I know I've worked with a publisher in the back previously, and we've had I don't work there anymore, but they've had access to a data management platform to really start to offer more segments that audiences or advertisers are able to target while on their site. Different publishers will have a different relationship. So some of the names that you might be able to ask people are about Are You a Lot of Me, Crux, Adobe, some of these big brands that might be familiar. I'd explore the opportunity with them and see how it might be best able to offer solutions to offer or realise the greatest benefits for you as a publisher. We do have people in our business that might be able to talk to you as well. Well, there are no more questions coming through. So thank you. I might wrap it up there. So thank you very much for joining us this morning. Please feel free to look me up on LinkedIn, Nick Smithwick. Happy to connect and also continue the conversation outside of the webinar. But hope you've found some valuable information and been able to take something away from this morning's session. And look forward to having you join us for future webinars being hosted by Sparcmedia. Thank you very much.